Hello, fellow traders. Nutty Bar Trading coming to you on a Saturday. And in this video, we are just going to review how my week went in trading and just kind of do a summary of it and what we got going forward. I'm also going to spend a little bit more time talking about my different not strategies isn't the right word, but my different approaches to day trading some accounts versus other accounts, and how I have a conservative approach for some and a more aggressive approach for other accounts. And I'll kind of explain that a little bit. I've been getting a lot of questions with that, so we'll explain that. But we also will obviously review my current progress or lack thereof on my 150K account that's funded that we're trading right now live. And then we'll also review my 1950K accounts that are funded, just an update on those accounts. And then we also want to take a little bit of time and talk about the trade day account and my take profit account. Those are both just evaluation accounts, but I just briefly want to talk about my progress with those and kind of what my plan is with those. So if you're new here, thanks for stopping in and watching. First of all, this channel, I basically I journal my trading journey, and we've been doing this for about 10 months of trading. I've been on YouTube for about 6 months, but basically I am a new trader. I would still consider myself a new trader, and I'm learning, and I am not consistently profitable yet. I'm trying to document my journey to that. But we are on the way there, and we are just, we're seeing the struggles of it. And kind of right now, on a broad summary of where I'm at, is I do okay with evaluation accounts. I can be fairly consistent. I'm not perfect by any means. But right now, I just cannot seem to trade funded accounts. As soon as I get a funded account, it's like my luck is gone. Or I don't even want to say luck, but I'm a firm believer in trading. There is some luck involved, and there's some unluckiness involved as well. But regardless, right now I just cannot seem to trade when it comes to my funded accounts. Once I start trading my funded accounts, I try to do the same setups, and it just goes against me. So we're trying to get through that hurdle. We're trying to get through that, but it's a journey, and we're not really making progress right now. So if I also trade live every day. If that's something that you're interested in, hit that sub button, hit the notification button. Come hang out in our live stream. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of very cool traders, and just we entertain each other in our live streams. So let's talk a little bit about my different approaches with different accounts. So currently, I have 19 50K accounts that are funded, and we'll review those in a little bit here. But my plan with those accounts are conservative. Like, that is my conservative plan. And right now, my plan with those accounts is they're kind of on the shelf. We paid that one-time activation fee on those, so there is no hurry and there is no rush to getting to a payout with those accounts. Those are kind of on the back burner for when we are ready for them. And right now, I need to prove to myself that I can get an account to a payout. I need to prove to myself that I can trade funded accounts before we focus on those 19 funded accounts. Once we do that and we can focus on those 19 50K accounts, my plan is to trade those accounts using the trade copier, and we're going to trade all of them at once. And our goal is to make $40 to $50 per day. That's it. That's the conservative approach. Obviously, we'll be using micros to do that. But really, we just if I'll let you guys do the math, but if you make $40 per account on 19 accounts on average, obviously you won't be profitable every day. it adds up. And that is the benefit of having 20 accounts, is that you can trade micros, really small profits, but it turns into really big profits when you do it across 20 accounts or 19. So again, actually, this is a great time to mention, that is one of the main things that Apex Trader Funding, in my opinion, is still the best prop firm, is the ability to have 20 accounts. And right now, Apex has a 90% sale, and you will not find a better sale than what they have going on right now. So if you need evaluation accounts, now is the time to buy them. If you've been thinking about doing the 20 accounts, now's the time to do those evaluations. But let me just preface this with this. I can't say this enough, and I'm talking to myself as well, but don't, because they're 90% off, don't just go YOLOing accounts. Please don't, because that 90% off will do you no good if you're just YOLOing evals. It's A, will not help you in the long run, and B, likely you'll blow 3 accounts or 4 accounts for every one you pass. And then, is the 90% sale really worth it? So just be responsible. If you do need them, get them, use them responsibly. If you do want to use the code Nutty80 to get that 90% off, I would really appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the people that have used my code. Thank you, and good luck. So that is my conservative approach. Hopefully that makes sense. Then my aggressive approach, which is where we're at right now. With my aggressive approach, I basically just want to focus on getting an account to a payout. And we're only trading one account at a time, but we're trading bigger size. We're trading minis instead of micros. And the goal is just, we're going to be more aggressive and, getting to that payout quicker, where we can pay ourselves and, pay for some of these expenses for those 19 accounts and activating those. So just, that's the plan. And right now, we're focusing on the aggressive approach. For those aggressive accounts, I'm only using 150K accounts. So I'm using 150K accounts from Trade Day, from Take Profit, and from Apex. And basically, that is the plan for those accounts. We're going to trade minis on them. And right now, we'll dive into the account we're currently trading and kind of a progress where we're at with that one. And you can see it's not going too well. Let me just get that up right now. Give me a second. Should have had this ready to go. Here we go. All right. So I use Trade Day to track my trades in a journal. If you are interested in Trade Day, there is a link down below. But with the, so this is the 150K account where we're only trading ES and we're trading our specific strategy that we back tested. We had really good results in the back test, but as you can see, trading it live, we're not really having that good results. We don't have a really big sample size of it yet, so I'm not trying to read too much into it. If there's one thing I would critique about it, is my back testing results were based off of the, obviously in the past, and the markets were not as volatile as we're seeing right now. So the volatility on the markets that we're seeing currently and the big moves and the V-shaped reversals that we're seeing is not great for this type of strategy. So I think that's probably why we're not seeing much success here, but we're going to continue. We're not going to deviate from this, on at least for this account. We're going to keep trading this strategy. And if it keeps going south, obviously we're going to blow this account. Not really going to lose that much sleep over it if we blow this account. We're going to keep trading like we are. We're going to follow our plan. And if it doesn't work, we are going to move to the next account. We're going to basically keep going, trading one account at a time. until we get to a payout. That right now is the goal, where I'm going to kind of just trade funded accounts until I can kind of get over this hurdle of not being able to trade funded accounts. And I guess sometimes you just got to push through it, is kind of my consensus right now. I've tried everything else. All right, so this is where we're at. This is where we're at with our funded 150K account. That account is this account right here. Let me just pull it up here. You can see the account balance is at 147,822, and the threshold is at 145,000. So we have about $2,800 left in drawdown on that account, and it'll give us enough room where, obviously, we keep losing. It might not survive another week, depending how next week goes, but we're going to keep trying. On this account, I do have an $800 stop loss per day. So if I have, you can see we hit our daily loss limit on these 2 days, and we had to move on. So hopefully we'll turn it around and start seeing some green days. I do have confidence in the strategy, from the back testing. I do feel really good about it, but they're just not working right now. So it's just one of those things where it is what it is. We're going to keep going, at least for this account. If we blow this account, maybe we'll try something different. I do not like the thought of strategy hopping. I'm kind of hesitant to do that, but at the same time, if it isn't working, it isn't working. Then going to our next account, let us talk about the 1950K accounts. We'll just briefly go over that. So these are the 1950K accounts. Obviously, also if you're new, so we've had not all 19 of these are new. We had, oh man, I have to think. Okay, so way back in May, we had 20 funded accounts, and you can watch some of my videos on when I had those 2050K accounts, and we just kind of slowly were bleeding off. We were dying by 1,000 knife cuts, paper cuts, it seemed like. So I lost 8 accounts in that process, but I've basically gotten 8 accounts back, and now we're back. So 12 of these accounts we've had for quite some time. I think I have like 80 days traded on a couple or on a handful of those accounts, but basically now we have 19 funded accounts, and basically I'll show you, hang on, let me just show you my Rhythmic account. You can see the balances on them. So this is our current balances on those 1950K accounts. You can see we're a little bit in drawdown by about $50. That's just because of this week. But primarily we're basically sitting right at that 50,000 threshold, and that's hopefully where we will stay. You can see we do have one account right here that is an evaluation account that's sitting at 53,063. Basically, this is a past evaluation account, and right now it's only at 6 days traded, and it's going to stay that way until I'm ready to only focus on these accounts. Then we'll switch and we'll turn this one into a funded account as well, and then we'll have our 20 funded accounts. That is the plan. So, but as you can see, on these 2 days right here, we did trade these 19 accounts. We took 2 days that we traded these. Obviously, basically my goal is I do want to trade them kind of I don't want to be trading them a lot, but twice a week maybe. Or 2 days a week that I might trade them. And I have a really tight daily loss limit on these just to make sure I don't do anything stupid on them. But I took two trades per day with I think it was a $15 stop loss, and both stop losses got hit. So the $420 and $528 was the total loss among all 20 accounts. Obviously, I would have preferred if it went green, but really small losses in the grand scheme of things. It's not going to affect anything going forward, but I will trade these accounts kind of sporadically until we're ready to focus only on these, just so that the trading days accumulate. And I don't know, I just don't like when they're stagnant for so long. So we will trade these with micros very conservatively here and there. And I'll just keep you guys updated at the end of every week about where we're at with those accounts, if that makes sense. So that's where we're at with the 1950K accounts. Now let's focus on trade day. So I did a video here a couple of days ago on what I like about trade day, what I don't like about them. I've been trading this evaluation account since the 17th, and basically I'm just trying, this is one of the 150K accounts where I'm trying to get past, and once I have them past, this will be with the aggressive approach, where basically we're going to try and get payouts as soon as possible. And, you know, basically these are kind of backups to the current 150K account that I have in case we don't get to a payout. If we blow that account, then we'll replace that account with hopefully this account if I pass it. That's the plan. But basically the 150K accounts are always going to be the aggressive portfolio, where we will trade minis only one account at a time. And the goal is to get to a payout, pay ourselves, and move on. But right now we're sitting at, I think we're at 9 days traded, because this trade here was on a Sunday. But one thing I will say, I don't want to get into it too much, but with trade day, you have to trade for 10 days in order to pass your evaluation. And the key is, though, you cannot flip contracts after you've passed the account. For example, the 150K account, the profit target for the 150K account for trade day is $7,500. So we're about $1,100 away from passing. But the thing is, they don't allow you, let's say you pass in the first 5 days. If you pass in 5 days, you cannot just flip a contract the remaining 5 days. They want to see you with relatively the same volume and relatively the same size that you trade throughout that 10-day period. They do also have a 30% consistency rule. So what I did, basically, my plan with this account was, I went into it, I thought, okay, if we need to trade consistently all 10 days, then I'm just going to have a profit target of around $800 to $1,000 a day. And once I hit that, I'll just stop trading and kind of consistently do that. And it actually helped me with being more consistent and not trying to pass these evaluation accounts too quickly. Because passing your trade day evaluation account too quickly isn't really a good thing. And it's actually much better to just take it really slowly and just have slow, consistent days, which is kind of what I did. Not quite. We had one day where we had a $2,000 day, but to be honest, it was basically because we had one trade. This trade here, we had a really good setup, and it was a killer trade. So that's why that one day. Now, this 2,000, if you do $7,500 times that 30% for the consistency, you can't have a day bigger than $2,200. So we're still within our consistency here, and hopefully about 2 more days trading here, we can pass this account. But again, like, this is, I'm going to get so many comments, and I always do, everyone always comments and says, hey, why don't you just trade your funded accounts like you do your evaluation accounts? You look at this 74% win rate. It's like, why don't I just trade my funded accounts like this? And to you, I say, great idea. I don't have an answer, okay? I don't have an answer, okay? I can't tell you why I don't, because I try to. I have tried to trade him the same way, but the results are different. That's all I can tell you. So I wish I knew. I wish there was a magic button that I could press where I'm like, hey, I'm just trading an evaluation, and somehow trick my mind maybe into that it's of an evaluation. I don't know. But yeah, if I could, that is basically what I'm trying to do, is what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Then we're moving to the take profit account. So this take profit account is also the 150K account. Also, this is the aggressive route. This account would, if we pass it, will also be on the aggressive portfolio. So obviously, one thing we got to make note of on this take profit account, I've only been trading it 3 days because the previous account that I was trading, I've been so frustrated with these take profit evaluations. Not because of take profit, it's nothing to do with them. I love take profit as well. I think they're great as well. I just, for some reason, cannot seem to pass this account. I had this my prior evaluation account, I had at $7,400. So I only needed it like $1,400 to $1,600 more in order to pass it. And would you believe it? The next 7 out of 8 days, I had red days, and I ended up blowing the account. So very frustrated. But basically, I had to reset from that blown evaluation account, and now this is the progress. With take profit, you only need to trade for 5 days. You just need to stay 50% consistency rule. And once you pass it, you can flip contracts in order to pass your evaluation. So the route to a funded account is a lot faster with take profit. And the other thing, take profit, you can also withdraw right away. There are a little bit more restrictions on the withdrawals if you withdraw right away below the threshold, but it is an option, which is why I like take profit. I do plan to do a video on the pros and cons of what I like about take profit and what I don't like about it. So stay tuned. I will be doing a video like that as well. But again, that's it for that. I think that kind of summarizes everything in regards to what I wanted to talk about on the evaluation accounts and the funded accounts. And basically the plan going forward is really not much changed. We're going to keep trading our 150K accounts. That's what we're going to focus on. We're going to trade minis, and we're going to stay on the same route, and hopefully we can get some accounts to a payout threshold and pay ourselves. One more thing. I almost forgot about this. So you can see right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So this account right here is also this is a 150K Apex Trade Evade account as well. And as you can see, it's at $159,023. So this account is passed already and basically serves as the backup if we lose our current 150K account. So as you can see, right now I have quite a bit of backups for my 150Ks. The plan is, I'm only going to pay the monthly activation fees and keep my cost as low as possible. And the thing that is really nice, with trade day, there is no activation fee. So once I pass, or if I pass, the trade day account, there's no additional costs to move to a funded account. Zero. No monthly fees, no activation fees, nothing. And currently, actually, with Take Profit, if you buy an evaluation account with Take Profit right now, you can use the code Nutty Bar to get 40% off. But right now, if you buy an evaluation account in the month of October, you will not incur an activation fee once you pass. So any evaluation account that is bought in the month of October, no activation fees for those accounts, regardless of when you pass them. So if you buy an evaluation account right now, or even buy one or two, then and you don't pass it until end of November, you will still not have a activation fee, which saves you about $140, $150 in costs. So yeah, both of my Take Profit and my Trade Day account I won't have an activation fee for those, which will be really nice. But basically, those are my backup plans, and we're gonna, for my aggressive portfolio, where the goal is to pay ourselves finally. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. And thanks for, wow, we're already at 26 minutes long. I was afraid this might happen. I don't know. I'm not going to redo the video again, because actually this is now the third take I've done. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate every one of you. Have a great remaining weekend. Be safe, and God bless.